Hi y'all, let me introduce you to the flower of my family. She's the blooming idiot. She has put off till the last minute to make all the desserts and treats for our Christmas dinner.
Yeah, and I'm really stressed out, and I don't know what we're going to do. We got all of this to do, and I don't know if we're going to have enough time to do it before everybody gets here, and I'm just...
Hold the phone. It only takes a minute.
A minute?
Well, a long Texas minute, but we'll get it all done. Stick with us to see what we do next.
All right, so what are we going to do with all this mess?
We're going to take chaos and turn it into something wonderful.
All right.
We're going to make a recipe today that is a tradition in our family and maybe a tradition in yours. I learned to make this when I was about 10 years old. So simple. It's called Stovetop Cookies.
Oh, wait, but aren't those full of sugar and carbs and...
Just wait and see. We're going to take it, we're going to make it with sugar substitute, and instead of using oatmeal, we're going to use coconut and pecans.
Oh.
And it's going to turn out fabulous.
It's brilliant.
Brilliant. So what I'm going to do...
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I'm going to give you a half a cup of milk in this pan.
All right.
And where's the sugar substitute?
It's right here.
And I want you to put... I'm cutting back. It called for 2 cups of sugar. Well, we're going to use a cup and a half of sugar substitute.
Okay.
Because I think it just overwhelms it if you do too much. So
yeah, and when I made these traditionally in high school, I didn't use as much sugar as they wanted me to.
Yeah,
Anyway,
because they're really, and you're just bringing it to a boil. And after you've brought it to a boil, we'll start adding all this other ingredients. I'm going to give a quick chop.
We need cocoa too, right?
Yes, you need 3 large tablespoons. And I call them generous, not heaping, but generous tablespoons. You can use this because it's an imperfect. We're not baking, so it can be a little bit imperfect. The whole idea...
Oh, goodness, look at what happened.
Oh, great. Hey, talk about good planning.
Right? That's just that really was perfect amount right there.
I used to make these. We'd come home from school, and there wouldn't be anything to munch on, and my mom would be at work, and so I'd dig around to see what I had, and I'd usually end up making them, and my dad would end up eating them all up because he loved them.
So I take this back here to the stove. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then as soon as that's done, we'll add probably, let's see, it called for 3 cups of oatmeal, and we're going to do about a cup and a half, or a cup of pecans, and then 2 cups of coconut. And so by adding the coconut, we're adding a good, it has a sweetener in it. I mean, you know, coconut's normally sweet, so we're just going to add that. And that's one reason you want to cut back on the amount of sugar substitute that you use. So, and then it takes all of 3 or 4 long Texas minutes to make this.
Yeah, when I made these in home ec, they call them 1-minute cookies.
Yeah, well,
because they're, not really that they take a minute, but,
they're faster than baking in the oven for sure. And they're a good treat.
One of my favorite memories of this cookie, my husband and I have been in several different bands together. And one of our former band members, his daughter, one time when we were rehearsing, brought us out this big plate full of freshly made.
Oh man, they're good,
just
fresh.
Straight out of the pan. Oh, they were so good.
That's the way they should be eaten. But we're gonna let them cool, and
yeah, they're good cold. They're good room temperature. They're good, chocolate.
It's chocolate. Well, and the other thing is you can add, you could add some, I've got some dried cherries. We could throw dried cherries into it. Be creative with this old-fashioned, simple recipe. I mean, sometimes we think we have to complicate things to make something good, or we have to use a recipe that calls for every fancy ingredient in the grocery store.
Right.
In reality, the simpler the food, the less sugar, the less carbohydrates. So that's my whole thing, is thinking outside the box.
I think we're steaming, so I think we're good.
I think you're good. I think you're good. Let's put this, let's do this first.
Okay.
I'm just going to,
How much vanilla are we adding to this?
we're going to just give a good slop of vanilla in here. I'm going to be putting about a half a cup of crunchy peanut butter in here.
I think I just added about a teaspoon of vanilla. Give or take.
Yeah, we're not, this is one of those recipes
Throw together.
it's very forgiving. So,
Should I turn the heat off?
I'd turn the heat off. And there goes the good stuff.
She's making me do the hard part here.
Yeah. As if she ever did anything hard.
Hey now, I had children.
I had more than you did. Well, part of the time.
I raised more than you did.
That's true. See, it's starting to get there.
Starting to kind of come together. Oh, good heavens, this smells really good. Alright. So while she's going to go take care of some business, I guess I'm going to drop these out onto the pan for you, because these look like they're just about done. I'm going to move that out of the way. Get that out of the way. And there we go. Yeah, now we're good to go. Okay, so what we're going to do, and this is just like when you made them as a kid, except, well, you probably didn't use a cookie scooper. You probably just used a regular spoon. I'm going to use cookie scoop because I like it better. And I did not spray this pan, and that's okay because this is going to, it'll be fine. The peanut butter has enough oil in it from, the peanuts that it's going to work out just perfectly.
You're doing it right.
I'm doing it right.
I knew you could. Now you can squeeze those together so they're a little more firm.
I might, but they're really hot, so.
Gotta have asbestos fingers.
I haven't earned my asbestos fingers yet.
You gotta have asbestos fingers to do this job.
But these smell amazing. And, super interesting thing here is that using the coconut and using the nuts and using the peanut butter, you can get natural peanut butter that's 100% natural with no sugar added. And, what that's going to do for you is just going to make it where you just have nothing processed.
Now I want to show you what the ones with oatmeal look like.
Now we did make some with oatmeal she made some with oatmeal earlier because my kids actually love them.
Well, we have one who won't eat nuts of any kind.
Yes.
And then we have one that'll eat anything that stands still. So it's as long as it's got chocolate in it, he'll eat it.
Pretty varied. Pretty varied. I think we got it. I think we're good.
I think we're good. So try these recipes, have fun with it, and let us know your successes.
Yes. All right. We're going to let these harden up. I'm going to taste that, though.
Go right ahead.
Actually, I'm going to taste one of these because I've had those. I haven't had these. And these are the ones with coconut.
These are awesome. These are so rich. You'll think you've been to a chocolate shop at the mall. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And don't miss the oatmeal.
Don't miss the oatmeal. No, you won't.
All right, we're going to do a quick cleanup. When we come back, I'm going to show you another quick and easy and simple treat that you can do. So, we'll be right back. Hey, we're back, and I'm going to show you guys a quick and simple little dessert that you can do. Super easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a block of cream cheese. She's going to throw that away. And I'm going to take about 1/3 to 2/3 of a cup of sugar substitute. I'm only using 1/3 because I don't like stuff overly sweet. And so I'm just going to kind of smush those together. And we're going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla to that. And what we're doing is we're just kind of making like a little, it's almost like a cheesecake filling in a way without the eggs. So it's just a flavored cream cheese is all that we're doing right now.
Almost like a frosting.
In a way. And see how easy this just goes together? Make sure that your cream cheese is softened, by the way. It works so much easier. Otherwise, you'll be working a little too hard for this.
I would use a mixer, but That's just me.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't get to use this super cute, adorable little mixing bowl.
Yeah, I would.
All right. So that is put together.
Now,
Quick and easy.
are you going to, like, split these open?
Well,
or
I'm going to show you
what's
what I'm
the
going to
idea?
do. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. All right, these little stems. Now, we're making dipped strawberries, making chocolate dipped strawberries, and there's so many different ways that you can do it. You can just dip them straight on like this. Just hold it by the leaves and just dip it. And there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But I'm going to make them just a little more fancy and a little more company ready. And this works best with your larger strawberries because the bigger strawberries will have little holes in them. And I'm just going to kind of hollow that hole out just a little bit more. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I do it because it works for me. Alright, I'm going to take a little spoon. I'm going to take some of my cream cheese mixture and fill up that little
Oh, my goodness.
hole. I know, right?
Oh, my goodness.
I know, right? Now, to keep this stuff from sliding out, this is where the chocolate comes in. I'm going to just dip it head first down into the chocolate. We're going to take our fork. And if it works. You know what? That one just wanted to be completely coated in chocolate. And let's face it, who doesn't want to be completely covered in chocolate?
And
Right.
these chocolate chips that we're using are from my personal stash of sugar-free chocolate chips. And they're hard to come by.
Yep.
When I find them, I'll buy 6 or 10
We
packages.
stock up on those puppies when we do find them.
Because, you know, honestly, you got to have the ingredients if you're going to have a party at any time. Or I have to carry a lot of things to church for different things, so I keep them on hand all the time.
Well, and they're just good to keep on hand anyway. Now let's see if this works better with just my fingers instead of using the fork.
Yeah,
That'll
that'll
make
be
a twisty
good.
little. And I just melted this chocolate. I made a makeshift double boiler. I just stuck this bowl over a little pan with about a quarter of an inch to half an inch of water. Bring the water up to a boil. Stick your bowl over there. Keep it kind of at a low simmer, and just kind of stir until it's melted, and it just works well. And I mean, so you see, that's just so really easy and simple,
Nothing
and messy,
fancy.
and delicious. But that's just all you do. Is you just dip them.
Wipe your hands on.
Yeah. Dip them and go. I'm going to do one more cream cheese filled because I like the cream cheese personally. It's delicious. And it adds a little bit of protein too. And the cream cheese that we're using actually is made with Greek yogurt. And so it adds just a little bit more protein than a typical cream cheese would have.
And if you
And
go
lower fat.
through the holidays without some kind of dessert, you're going to be very disappointed in your holiday.
Yeah, you got to treat
So-
yourself sometimes, you know.
So make it something that is well within your boundaries, something that, I mean, if my friends walk in, they're going to think chocolate-covered strawberries.
They're
They're
going
not
to
going to think
uber decadent, and
So,
it's not as
it's not
decadent
really.
as you would think. So speaking of, we have something really cool that we're fixing to do with these strawberries, and so we're going to go get the supplies for that and show you what we're going to do. We'll be right back. Well, the chocolate is flying up here in the Seven Lights kitchen. And we got one more really cool and really fun thing that we're going to show you right quick. Mom made something amazing last night. Tell them what you made.
I made meringues, and everybody goes, "Oh, those are so hard." I found out they're not.
They're not.
They were just so easy. You take 3 egg whites at room temperature, and it said to use 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I used 8 tablespoons of sugar substitute.
Wow.
And they are so sweet.
They are. I tasted them a second ago, and they're 8 tablespoons is more than enough.
That's more than
It's
enough.
Really good.
These things are so light and tender. You put them in your mouth, and it just
They
pops.
just dissolve.
And
It's awesome.
I'm going to make it even better because I'm going to drizzle some chocolate
Mm-hmm.
on the top of these. Just a little bit. I don't want a lot.
And we can glue a strawberry down too on top of there. I think
Right there.
right there where that big old blob is. Right there.
Yep, just stick it over there.
Stick it on there.
Gently or you'll break
There
it.
we go. Like I just did. And then over here, I'm gonna take some of these. These are some dried cherries. And actually, I think what we can do... See, and you telling me not to break it. Look at you.
I kind of went top.
I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to drizzle it right on top of these.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That's just drizzle.
And if you put a strawberry, you
and
just
you just
barely
drop
put
it
them on there.
This is fun. This is something, too, you can get the kids involved. Invite your kids to come into the kitchen and let them help you do stuff like this.
Now, you
This
could
also
take
makes
these,
great memories.
you could take these and you could use an ice cream scoop like we use for everything to make them uniform. Or you could use 2 spoons and form them with like a quenelle. And if you know what a quenelle is, it's where you work it back and forth between 2 spoons to give it some roundness. And I have added different times, different things. I've added the dried fruit directly into them while they're drying in the oven, because you put them in the oven at 200 for 2 hours, and then you turn it off and you just let them set overnight. I've used freeze-dried fruit, strawberries or
Oh, I bet that'd be good with
blueberries.
blueberries, yeah.
Yeah, and just freeze-dried, put them in there and let them dry overnight. And they're just a neat little pop of flavor. If you
And they're great. And you can do them sweet and savory. We figured out a way. We're going to have to try this sometime. And when we do, we'll show you guys how to make little like cheese bites out of them. You know, just make
And
them savory.
I like-
That's delicious, doesn't it?
I like them plain. I just like
Just
them
plain. Just regular.
Because-
I'm going to try one of these itty bitty ones over here with the chocolate and cherry. Kind of like a cherries jubilee. So, and they just, so good.
It's just a simple, very simple dessert that looks decadent. And when your friends and neighbors see it, they don't know that it is sugar-free. And I like to surprise people with things.
And these were surprising. We looked, you know, you look at these and you think they're going to be all dense. And they're so not.
And they're so low in calorie. And they are protein.
And they're perfect.
Now, the chocolate is a little bit of decadence, but
It's, you know, it's Christmas. You got to have some decadence during Christmas, right?
you got to have a holiday spirit, and you got to have something to enjoy. And you know, what better to have some kind of little poppy surprise?
Right. So, and now all of these, none of these took very much time at all, did they? I mean, the meringues took a little longer, but they were overnight. So, you know, that's still not hard.
My oven, if I set the cook time, it automatically cuts it off, so I don't even have to check it till morning. So I've
There you
got
go.
it. You know,
So easy. You got it
Very
made.
easy.
So go try these and tell us what you think. We, you know, we've got the cheesecake-filled strawberries and the beautiful meringues and the beautiful stovetop cookies that we did. So many variations on these, and you can come up with your own. You can add different fruits. You can add different flavorings. You know, whatever you like. Just make it yours. And when you do, leave us a comment and tell us what you did.
And these are all, remember, they're all bites. So save a bite.
Yep. Yep, save a bite. And speaking of bites, I'm going to eat a cheesecake bite right now. So thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that yet. And share with your friends. Tell everybody you know about it. If you like what we do, tell people. That's the only way we can get viewership. And you guys are just wonderful to us. And we love you very much. And thank you so much for being with us.
Bye.
See ya!